Morning. The famous novelist Jane Austen, I really want to say Charlotte Bronte there, but I thought too many people would kill me. She said that it is a truth universally acknowledged that a man owning a consultancy business has to walk around the field with a selfie stick taking pictures of himself. Which, when I put it that way, sounds a little bit rude. One of the thoughts that's been kind of blowing around my head this week, and actually probably for the last couple of years, is this idea of should we do this, should we not do this? It's a really key question that is posed by data protection practitioners all the time. And one of the questions sometimes they moves from a legal question to an ethical question. And quite often it comes around this idea of fairness. And if there is one part of the GDPR that I'd love to rewrite and give a better definition, it's fairness. Because fair is such a difficult term to interpret. It means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. And when people tend to say, oh, well, it's all subjective, actually I think a lot of the GDPR is fairly clear cut. But fairness isn't. I work in health research, have been for the last 4.5 years, working with mental health researchers, trying to find and support the research that will hopefully bring about new therapeutics to some conditions where there aren't many. And there's a real question that's been on my lips for the last couple of years, is it's not really what happens if we do this, it's what happens if we don't do this. And to put that into perspective, there are some conditions like ADHD where there are actually quite a significant number of relatively of medications and treatments. There are other conditions where the treatments are very, very little in decades. That's a problem. That's a problem for those individuals, but it's also a problem for us as a society. How we rate ourselves as a society, I think, very much is reflected by how we treat those who are most disadvantaged. By that, whether that's socioeconomic, whether that's health, we'll be judged by history for that. And so one of those key questions when we're looking at implementing technology should be as much as, should we do this? What happens if we don't do this? And that's a complex question. And that shouldn't be used as an excuse to be tally-ho and go into the cross over the no man's land and, the consequences go hang. It is about making sure that we are truly considered about this and give it the due regard that it deserves. Part of that also means speaking to the people who are going to be affected. And there's part of the DPIA assessment that I think we practitioners rarely do. And that's the bit where appropriate that we talk to individuals who'll be affected by that use of technology or whatever it is we're assessing. I'm really lucky at the moment to be involved with patient and public participation as part of my job role, part of my title, and something I really hope to continue doing more of in the future, because it's really important. I am a white middle-aged man, or early middle-aged. My views are not representative. I am in a position of extreme privilege. I can talk about that. I can walk through a field, walking my dog, with no issues. In the beautiful, beautiful part of North Oxfordshire. But I can't tell you what it's like to live with a condition like schizophrenia. I just can't have that experience. And it's one of the hardest bits of a DPIA, I think, is to get that lived experience and to convince people that the cost is worth doing. But as soon as you do it, the value is clear. Have a good day.